So now plans coming out for Inoue's next fight. Seems like he's gonna be staying at 122 for a very, very long time. I thought that he'll actually be going to 126 at the start of this year, but it seems like they changing the plans for him. I don't know why they would have him ringside for Shushu Carrington. And then it does make sense, but then it doesn't make sense because why would Shushu Carrington be a person that Inoue will be ringside for when he doesn't have a belt? But when you really think about it right now, it's like, okay, Inoue probably did that situation knowing that he won't be at 126 for a minute. And depending on how long Shushu's been at 126 or how long he's going to be there, that's probably why they went with him instead of the other guys that's champions at 126. But from what I've seen, they're talking about him possibly fighting Sam Goodman, then fighting Alan Picasso, and then they talking about him fighting Juntai Nakatani after those two fights. Now Bob Arum is saying that him and Nakatani is going to be fighting on the same card in April. And that's crazy because Nakatani is going to fight in February, so he got to turn right back around in 2 months and fight on the same card. I mean, it's the business. If you want to get in the big fights, you definitely got to make that happen. But they said that'd be the biggest fight in Japanese history. Yeah, it would be, but it would be. But man, it really don't make a lot of sense because they already have talent in their weight classes. And like I've said before, like for Nakatani to be fighting Inoue instead of Bam, I don't know. That kind of shows. It makes me more of a fan of Nakatani and Bam than it does of Inoue because it's like, why would he even be fighting in 118 at this point? He's in 126. He's been dominating 120. I mean, he's in 122. He's been dominating 122s badly. And Nakatani is a guy who was just in the same weight class as Bam Rodriguez. So now he's an option for Inoue. It's like, I'll watch the fight. I have no problem with the fight. But what I have a problem with is how it's going to take away from other fights. People don't understand it because they don't really understand the business. So all they thinking about is, oh, well, Nakatani, that was a big name and everything. Yeah, that is a big name. But, bruh, the divisions ain't going to be the same after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand that, but it is what it is. I'm not a Japanese boxing promoter, so if they want to go all in on Inoue right now and take away, like, you got to realize, Japan ain't had no Nakatanis walking around like that, or Inoue's. So to kind of just knock both of those guys off right now, I mean, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with that. Because something going to get exposed in that fight. So good luck with that. And I'm saying that honestly. Because from what I'm hearing right now, this dude won't even be touching 126 till like next year. Because what he's going to do, he's going to fight 4 times this year? I doubt it. I doubt Inoue fight 4 times this year. I highly, highly, highly doubt he fights 4 times this year. It'll be a huge stretch for him to fight 4 times this year. So he's really supposed to fight because the Goodman fight getting pushed back. That's gonna take away time for him to make a 4th fight. Well, it was gonna be 3 fights before the Goodman situation, but the schedule messed up now. So now he's just looking at 2 different situations, but yeah, in a way he definitely has to make something happen because Goodman he's a good option, he's a good opponent. Alan Picasso's only like 23, 24. He's about the same age as Bam Rodriguez. And he's talented, but at the same time, is that the best available right now? As far as the rankings, he's better than Doheny and Goodman as far as the rankings, but I don't know, man. I'm not too enthusiastic about these matchups. It don't seem like the public is as well, to be honest with you. Anyway, it was like a week away from fighting Doheny and nobody cared. Like, It's just the public they're not really enthusiastic about this. With what the boxing promoters got to realize is you still got to set up fights for the fans and what the fans want. Like, this ain't about y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, the fans got to be entertained. When fans ain't entertained, when it comes to the NFL, they stop going to the games. So we don't want all this talent that's hanging around, and you're not in the mix, or you're not fighting. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to have all these big names hanging around? They not in the mix. You're not a big name if you're not fighting a big name after a while. I mean, you can have a big name, but to keep yourself relevant, you got to fight other big names as well. Especially if you got that kind of pull and you can make it happen, and that's what the fans want. You got to make it happen. And then the fights you aren't having for the fans, they got to be competitive fights, real big fights. If they not, then that's going to be a bad look as well. But Bob Arum talking about Inoue might not fight. He going to fight Nakatani after. So Nakatani's fighting in February 24th. And then in April, him and Inoue is supposed to be on the card. So that's going to be an advantage for, I guess, Inoue, because Nakatani going to fight, what, 2 months after he just fought? That's crazy. 60 days later. So then they can try to set up the fight between him and Inoue and Nakatani. I guess that'll be happening in what, somewhere like December? Something like that. I can see that fight happening in December somewhere. But I guess if that's the fight they want to make, man, to spice up Japan, just make it happen. I'll definitely watch it. I would definitely watch it. But to make it seem like that dude to go out there and just dominate, and he'll go out there and dominate Inoue, or Inoue will go out there and dominate him, I mean, somebody's going to come out with a lot of different things that people know about them after that fight. Because to be honest with you, it's a huge risk for Inoue. You still going out there fighting somebody who can beat you. And then you're doing it with your own countryman. So he's putting all of it on the line. He's taking a lot more bigger risks fighting him than fighting Tank Davis. I'm going to tell you why. You're going down in weight. You fighting a younger guy. You fighting a guy from your own country. You fighting a guy who's, from what I've been seeing, skills have been matching everything I've seen from him. The competition isn't big name, but if he's open to fight Inoue, we already know what time it is. And he's moving up to fight Inoue. So we got to realize that too as well. He's moving up to fight Inoue. So we definitely looking at everything that's going on, but yeah, Inoue got some things he got to make happen, man. I don't want to see this dude. So he about to be 32 years old. So he going to be close to 33 before he go up to 126. That's crazy to me. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.